Hello and welcome back to this very special episode of ELT English Language Teachers React. This episode is a seasonal episode, Christmas or happy holiday kind of episode, depending on what you want, a public holiday. And I am, again, always Neil Teacher of Team Teacher fame, and I'm adjacent. We need, what's the word? I don't remember. To
Combined.
Rich.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Christmas
Richard Claus.
2020. Yeah, that's right. Have you been a good little boy or girl? Prof. Rich will figure it out or something. Anyway, cheers, folks. Merry Christmas. This is some mead, because, you know, what more of a Christmas drink is there than mead?
Mulled wine.
True. I could make some mulled mead.
Oh, spicy mead. That sounds tasty. Yep. Sounds nice. So what we've got going on today is we are going to look at some clips of teachers, and they're teaching their holiday, their Christmas lessons. We are going to look at two specific teachers, but up front I'm just going to plug a Christmas lesson that I did with Team Teach China, and we'll put a link below to that so you can kind of check it out. But it was my attempt at teaching a Christmas lesson to some very small grade 1 or grade 2 kids, using some PowerPoints for a 50+ huge public school class in China. So you can check that out, and also you'll have the links to the PowerPoints and stuff if you want to download all of that. But let's jump into those clips. I think the first up, we've got a Jason teacher from the My Argonauts Jason YouTube channel.
Okay, hello and welcome to another vlog. I'm going to talk today about teaching Christmas. Teaching Christmas. And I have 4 students with me today. They are all going to help, but we're not going to see their faces. So I have Chihiro. Yay! Yay. Hi. Hazuki. Yay! Yay! Kaori. Yay! And Yoko. Yay! Yoko's wearing my Santa hat. Okay? So, I'm going to show you some very easy games and suggestions for Christmas lessons. One thing I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to go to a very small shogako, usagi show. I'm going to read Christmas books. Okay? So, what I do is I get the book in both Japanese, Nihongo de, and English, Eigo de. Do you guys know Gurigura Shiteru? Yes. Yes? Yume? No.
Yume.
Honto? Okay, these characters are very famous in Japan. So this is a story about Santa coming to visit. And I also get Western books. Okay? And again, yes?
No.
Okay, they say they know this one. So I read the English, and I have a Japanese teacher read the Japanese. Because for shogakusei, for elementary school students, it is sometimes difficult for them to understand.
Okay. Can we pause that for a second? Okay, so I think just a general idea of reading Christmas stories is, you know, probably one of my go-tos if I was doing a Christmas lesson. And it's interesting how he has like the Japanese Christmas story as well. So he's obviously culturally aware of there, so you know he can retell that, because they probably know it in Japanese but they might not know it in English. And then he's got the traditional Western kind of story as well, because I mean, I don't know what you know about Christmas in Japan, but it's very different to Christmas in like the UK. Like, I know everyone goes out and has KFC, I think is like the Christmas tradition,
Right.
And they have.
Well, it's different every country, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I was speaking to an Italian student of mine the other day. He's having fish. That's what they have. They have fish in Italy. I think Spain fish is very popular on Christmas Day as well. You know, everyone has like different things they do. I know there's some countries where they have the main meal on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day is just kind of the chill out day.
Oh.
So yeah, people do it all different ways, I guess. And I think probably, I mean, traditionally, if you go back like 50 years, Japan probably didn't do anything for Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably a bit more of a recent thing. I know there are some Christians there or whatever, but let's be honest, it's a pagan festival anyway, isn't it? But the sort of Santa Claus and all that kind of stuff probably came more recently. Yeah.
Well, it's now just kind of a holiday that I don't really know of many people that really celebrate the religious aspect of it, but it's kind of almost a world secular holiday in a way, but you can add the Christian stuff into it.
All the pagan stuff. I mean, yeah, old Christopher Hitchens used to refer to it as a good old-fashioned Nordic piss-up, which is what it's been for the last 10,000 years. Forget 2,000.
It's one of those weird. Christmas is one of those English words that has so many different connotations for different people, and the context always kind of changes. But the idea of kind of a time when, you know, there's peace and love, and, you know, spend time with your family and just be a generally good person. Yeah.
Winter is a horrible time of year. Loads of people die, loads of people suffer, lots of people have trouble with bills and food, and the temperature's bad, and the sky's dark, and everyone's depressed. And then we have this, which is everyone comes together, we drink, we eat, we decorate the house, and it makes people feel better. And that's probably one of the reasons why it's kind of the more colder northern places that really cling to Christmas more, whereas it's kind of less important in the sort of hotter places, isn't it? You don't see as many decorations. Maybe they're not that interested. It hasn't really caught on, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. So he's doing elementary students, so the idea of doing a story, I think, is pretty good. One thing that I like and I would expand on is he's got these two stories. He's got the Japanese kind of Christmas story, and he's got this Western Christmas story. If I was to have more advanced students, I would be looking at having discussions of looking at the differences in the different traditions and cultures, you know, within regards to this holiday. I think that would be a sort of interesting topic to kind of get into. But I think that's just part of his class, so I guess we can see what else he's got planned on this magical day.
Yeah, I don't know how much we're going to see the details of the story, because I'd be interested to know exactly how he's going to do it in that sort of bilingual way. Is it literally just him reading a line and then the other teacher reading a line? And then I would kind of think, well, what's the utility of that? Is he going to use that as a springboard for some further discussion or something? Because they're probably going to get not particularly that much out of the sort of bilingual repetition, because you're just spoon feeding them the meaning, aren't you? If they don't know it, then they won't necessarily attach anything to it. And also, those students seem to be following what you're saying currently, so it's not like they have a particularly poor level.
I don't think there's going to be that much of an educational benefit to doing, you know, the stories. I think it's just going to be kind of like, let's just listen to a story.
Yeah, that does happen at Christmas, doesn't it? I mean, I've seen Christmas lessons where it's literally just, let's cut up these shapes and make a Christmas Santa card or something, you know, Anyway, go on, let's see what he does next.
Games, okay? And they involve flashcards. So we have presents. Presents, okay, hi. So you have your students.
Was he just saying their name then, or did he give them a command in Japanese? Kuregashi kudasai. It sounds like he was saying, like, repeat please in Japanese.
Oh, could be.
Is that really necessary? I mean, I'm all for using L1 in the classroom, but you know, when it's needed, you know, I mean.
Yeah, you could easily just say repeat,
please. Yeah, or you can just do this, you know.
Yeah.
We get the idea.
Do the swirl.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that. I don't know 100% if that's what happened, but if it is,
he leans heavily into the L1.
He's leaning a bit too heavily into the L1, yeah. And I'm someone who would traditionally defend L1 use in the classroom, but you've got to give me something to defend, you know. Anyway, let's see.
Repeat, okay. And I put little magnets on the back so they stick right away. Hi, Dare. Santa Claus. Santa Claus, thank you. Oh, easy. Oh, she's a very good student. Hi, so have them repeat. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Okay, so you have them repeat. Hi, Christmas card. Hi, Dare.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of L1. And actually, I don't want to blame him in particular because it might be a thing that the Japanese schools ask for. You know how you've said in China, sometimes the schools will tell you, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. So you can't always put it on the teacher. The schools might actually ask for him to use Japanese commands like that. So who knows?
Could be.
So they don't really know Rudolph, okay, but they know Tonokai reindeer, okay? So we put that up there.
Candy.
Candy cane, okay? They know it's candy. Alright, Christmas stocking. You can make your
Isn't
flash.
it really weird that he's talking to the camera and he's like, they know this, they know that, and they're right in front of him?
Yeah. It's not a class. It's obviously he's teaching
he's
games
he's
that you demoing games and stuff. It makes me kind of weirded out. But.
yeah. I would maybe do it a little different way. I might be being overly critical here.
Cards, anything. Hi.
Snow.
Very good. Okay.
Snow.
Snowman. Okay. Hi. And you make a grid. In America, we would say it's a tic-tac-toe grid.
Tree.
Hi. Christmas tree. Okay. And you have them repeat. And maybe you have one more, like this is ornament. Okay. These are my old cards. I have new cards that are better. Okay. So what you do is you have two teams. This is team 1. Yay! Team 2. Yay!
You might as well just do the lesson,
Yeah.
And then you can kind of demonstrate and model, and then you can kind of explain, maybe do cutaways and like.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I think that there's a big criticism with just the presentation of how they're doing this.
Yeah,
they should have just recorded the lesson and then edited it up, and then he does the commentary over the top. What's all that about? Oh, I've got some better cards than this. Yeah, okay. That's not what you should be doing, though, is it? Yeah, okay, I'm going to demo you this stuff. Oh, by the way, I can actually do even better. Okay, let's see how the game works. I think I've got an idea how it works. I think it's just going to be noughts and crosses. They have two teams. They have to nominate a square and they have to say what it is in English. If they say what it is, they get the square. If they don't, if they get it wrong, then they lose a turn. Let's see.
Okay.
And then you have them close their eyes.
Okay.
Me toshite. Close your eyes, okay? And underneath the cards, you write numbers.
Oh.
Okay, for example. Okay? Every card gets a number.
So it's going to be random points then.
Sometimes
Maybe.
you need to prepare this before class.
They don't know how many points each of the vocabs were.
And so on, okay? Then, open your eyes.
So I have very
open your eyes.
obedient
And
students.
you have one student, hi. Tate, stand up.
To be fair, in Japan they are super obedient.
Okay.
Maybe they come up to the front, and they can, if they're really small shogakuse, like first grade or second grade or third grade, they can just point and say the word, okay? But if they're a little older, you can have them say, I like nantoka, okay? Dozo, I like
Tonakai.
Hi, anyway,
Tonakai.
I like reindeer.
Reindeer.
I like reindeer.
I like reindeer.
Oh, okay. And then you go, dun dun, yay! And team 1 over here would have 15 points, okay? And then you have team 2, dozo.
Jason was too.
Oh, okay, go man, they were team 2. She's telling me I was wrong. Hi. Okay, and team 1's over here. Hi, okay, dozo.
I like candy.
I like candy, okay? Candy cane. Hi, okay? Dun dun.
Yeah, the random element is a good thing. Adding random elements like that to the game, you can see they were really happy because they got the 40 right. It is kind of good. And this game, I think a lot of teachers are probably familiar with this, with a bigger grid. And under some of the cards, you'll have bombs, or I think traditionally it was a tornado, and you had like houses, and then when you get a tornado, it wipes all your houses out. But there's another version where you have bombs where it blows up.
There's
the
different
points,
ones.
right?
I'm quite the master of the bomb game myself.
Right, okay.
I use them for review.
Oh, you use it on the PowerPoint, right?
Yeah, I use it on PowerPoints. I use them for review classes. After we do like 3 lessons, we'll do like a bomb game kind of lesson, or I'll leave them for kind of like exam times where You know, I don't want to be teaching anything new, but just kind of having a bit of a break from it, or even holiday classes like this.
It's a good flexi task, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
And flexi tasks are important because it's very difficult to predict exactly how long a class is going to take. So you have to have things in the bag for like useful, fun activities to take up the last sort of 5-10 minutes of a class sometime, right?
Yeah, it's very dynamic, and one thing that I would comment with this though is, you know, the vocabulary is very it's kind of disjointed. So what I would do to be a little bit more thematic, like what I did with like my class, was we kind of I went over previous vocabulary where we had a lesson on toys. So we had doing like a bomb game like this, but you know, like they say, what toy do you want for Christmas? Or I want something for Christmas. And then that's actual, you know, related Christmas functional, you know, language that they can use, that they can say, oh, they can say to their parents, I want blah, blah, blah for Christmas. You know, rather than I like, because, you know, then it becomes, you end up inevitably, if you've not pre-taught it and you just say, oh, we'll just throw I like in front, and you'll be like, I like reindeer. Well, you can't say I like reindeer. Well, I think, is reindeer a plural? But you have
I like reindeer. You're right.
And then you've got to.
Right, is it? Yeah.
You think it's simple, but it's not that simple, and then you end up going, oh, what? You can say Santa, but you can't say ornament, or you got to say ornament.
You're making a very good point, Neil, because this, if anything, has got to be considered to be a controlled practice activity, right? It's not a fluency-based activity, which means we should be giving the students solid feedback on whether their language is correct or not. And when they're saying it's not correct, then that's something you have to tackle, isn't it? Ideally, with something that informs them as to why it's not correct and how to get it correct in the future. So you could be sending yourself
and that can even be part of the game, because then you can, if they say I like reindeer, and you go, no, and then team two,
-5
points. Then you go team two, and they get a chance to steal, kind of like Family Feud, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it adds to that element, or you know, give them opportunities for their teammates to help out, and you know, that sort of stuff. But I think if you're going to do a specialized holiday lesson, you should kind of relate it back to language that they already know. Make sure it's not just, you know, vocabulary just thrown together. Try and at least make it, you know, thematic and organized within functional language.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah. Right, let's blast on.
Okay, and you go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, sometimes it helps to have an even number, so maybe 8 or 10, because then it's 5 and 5 or 4 and 4. Okay, the other way I do this is I have some magnets.
Talking about 5 and 5 and 4 and 4. You want someone to win, don't you? Oh, I see. So they get equal numbers of turns, right?
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. But then you could add in the element you're talking about, and that would mix that up, wouldn't it?
And I'm going to come out here and check my time with my photographer. Dun dun. Okay, good.
Time.
So maybe you can see there's little stickers. Let's see if I have some more. Hi, can you see that? Okay, so what I do is I put the magnets on the pictures. Okay?
I'm a little bit confused about the age of these kids. You said they're elementary, right?
No, this is a class that he teaches for elementary, but I think he's got these.
Because they seem much older, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, unless
they seem like
you know, Japanese
high school, if not secondary.
Well, you know, they're renowned for, you know, advanced, speedy growth. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to help him out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not elementary students, are they?
No.
So, I'll have Hazuki, please, Irande, please pick anything you like. Nandamui. You can stand up, those all. Santa Claus, okay? And you go, dun dun dun, and you go, oh, there's a seal. kind of stickers.
Yeah.
Like, here's some Christmas Winnie the Pooh, and you go, okay, please have a seal. Okay? Okay? So, Kaori, please pick.
So it's like a reward for picking?
I'm going to take Santa Claus off. Okay, this would be a different game. Oh, no.
Present.
Oh, hi, presents. Or maybe I like presents.
I like present.
Eh?
So you can have him say a sentence. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah. Okay. And you can give her some.
So it's individualized
And then
reward
sometimes-
along with the point reward, which is for the team. Does that makes sense? I mean, this is a really an important point, and you know, this is probably going to come up a lot as we watch more React videos to real life teaching in, you know, these types of situations with foreigners in, you know, China and Japan and stuff like that. Is that there's gamification is a tool, and it's a tool to learn the language, but at some point some teachers get so involved in gamifying language that becomes the point of the class, that you're playing a game. They lose track that the purpose of this is to to make it easier, more fun to learn a language. But you know, like by adding this stuff, it gets more and more complex, and then it's like they're not even using English; they're just trying to win a game.
Yeah, I don't know what all that was about. Because it's not only that, we seem to have another dimension of this, which is he just wants to get through and demo it for the camera.
Yeah.
So in doing that, he's demonstrating some pretty poor teaching techniques, which I would hope he wouldn't be doing in the classroom. Like when he was speaking to the lady here, and she nominated one, and then she said something, and then he said, no, maybe I like, you know, he just fed her the sentence. It's like,
really?
Well, yeah. Well, she said the word, the noun. And he said, "Oh, maybe I like," and then the noun. She just repeated after him, like an individual drill. That was that. So you know, I would hope not to see that in the classroom. So yeah, I don't know. Let's finish this off.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh yay! Okay. And you can give them more seals. Hi. Okay.
Yay!
Let's try one more. Yoko, dozo. Yoko, dozo.
真ん中の
Ornament.
ornament.
Hi. Dun dun.
I
Oh.
can't believe he keeps saying "hi" as well. Hi. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like when they get stuff right, he's like "hi, hi." It's like you could say yes. I think they know yes. You know what I mean?
I like how
it
you're
just seems
slowly
so-
turning into like the Grinch here, but it's
just
that.
seems so superfluous. Yeah, just get ready. The next time I pause the video, I'm just going to unleash. This is the worst class I've ever trained in my life. Okay. That's good.
Oh, zanen.
Yeah.
Okay. So zanen means like, oh, too bad, tough luck. Okay. The kids are like, oh, okay.
Is that for our benefit or theirs?
And they can try again. Okay, last thing I'm going to show you in the last few minutes is, this is Sudoku. Okay, many of you know Sudoku with numbers. So this is Sudoku with letters. And I got this off the internet, okay? And I'll give you the website, the link in the box. And all they have to do is in each box, okay, they have to put the letters for the word snow, okay? It also has to be snow going down and snow going across. Okay, so for example, snow, and then S, and you need O here, W,
What?
okay? For example,
You just have to have the letters for the word snow. It doesn't even have to like spell snow. So I don't understand
I
the
don't.
linguistic point of this at all. You might as well just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really, what's the benefit?
Yeah, I think it's like I mentioned earlier. It's just degraded into it's a game. What's the purpose of the game? And then it's just these are just kind of like pieces with the English language is just pieces within the game. It's not actually a language. It's just what word represents the the shoe in Monopoly, what word represents the race car, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's I think we're going.
But you know, there's nothing there's nothing that wrong with this if you're just, you know, this is the last class before the winter break. You know, they're not going to be wanting to learn anything new. Maybe they've just done exams, they're tired. You know, some throwaway.
I mean, I would say that with the previous game, where at least they were kind of trying to produce sentences, but this is just a box with SNOW, and it doesn't even have to be in the correct order.
We're trying to spread Christmas cheer, and he's making it hard. He's making it hard for me.
Let's finish
to spread the cheer. That's the only thing.
Hi. Okay, they have to go. So. This is my place to go.
I like how the camera follows her. She leaves a little bit.
And that's it today. So
she'd had enough. She was like, "This rubbish, I'm off."
Hopefully, it's not a representation of, you know, how he teach. You know, it's just
2008, so it's actually the year that we started teaching. So to be honest, maybe our Christmas lessons back then would have been worse than this. So.
It could have been. It could have been. I'm just trying to be nice, I guess.
Just taking a look at the.
But it wasn't a great example of what you can do, what you should do when you're trying to give tutorials and how-tos, I guess.
The comments are super positive. Blah, 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 very good. You're a good teacher. This game looks really fun. All right. If you say so, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but you know, this is the thing. I'm going to keep harping on about this. The game is really fun, but are you learning English?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Right. We're just going to blast straight into the next one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The next one is by Irina Botnari, the Irina teacher, and she's doing her own Christmas lesson. So let's have a look at that. Hey, it starts with Christmas music.
Yeah.
Yosha?
Okay. I always find songs in the classroom are so cringe, but you know they are kind of necessary sometimes.
Oh, well, the Christmas class that I do, I mean the last part, I teach the Christmas, a Christmas song. I teach Jingle Bells, and I chose Jingle Bells because it's more or less the same in Chinese. You know, it's Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. It's in Chinese, it's ding ding dang ding ding, something like that. So it was really easy for them, and you know this is like what we're talking about when you have a little bit of cultural knowledge. I've graded the song, so I know it's going to be one of the easier ones for them to learn.
Personalized it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm ready with the music, and where is my parcel? No, it's
Parcel?
not my parcel, sorry, it's Santa's parcel. Yes.
No, it's a gift or a present.
Parcel. And here it is. So
Okay.
listen to me, what we have to do.
She's got a bomb.
I'm giving you
A
the
bomb
parcel.
thing.
You have to pass the parcel around.
Okay, pass the parcel.
From one to one. When I start playing music. When I stop playing music, the person who has this parcel at that moment will unpack the first layer. You will take
Unwrap.
the first layer, and you will find there a question or a task to do. Okay, so you answer the question or you do what you have to do, and then we continue playing. Good? So ready?
Okay, this is, you know, I like this idea. It's kind of got a little bit of reality in it.
Yeah. You mean ready?
Do that whole process. You should be
Are you ready?
teaching the language around it, I guess.
Let's start. So ready, steady, go. it out. Uh-huh. Okay. What's the It's a question. Yes, it's a question. Read the question. Please help him if he
Name
doesn't know.
5 Christmas things in the classroom.
Christmas tree.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Decorative balls. Decorative balls.
Decorative balls.
Stocking, candles,
Balloons.
balloons,
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus,
Wreath.
Lights.
Candles.
Okay, you did it. So let's go on. So I'm closing my eyes. And again, Losha, it's not fair. So okay, quickly.
Nia.
So what's there inside? Look at him. He's so interested. One more question. What's there? Oh, come here. I will explain what you have to do. Come. Yes. So we need some space here.
Very dapper.
There he is. Jeez.
We will close your eyes. Can you see anything? No, you can't.
Fancy blazer.
So I'm giving you marker. Take one marker and take another one. So come to the board. So this is the board, you see? This is the board. So and you have to draw with one hand a circle and with one
Another.
yes, with the other hand you have to draw a square. But at the same time. Okay, with both hands at the same time. No. It's not like that.
It's the same issue as before.
Yeah. You're right.
So circle.
It's the same
a
issue as
circle
before.
And triangle. One.
Yeah.
Okay. Start. 1, 2.
It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? There's no real
Okay.
there's no real benefit.
I mean, the first
Is it a circle?
the first round where like the name 5 Christmas things in the room or what have
Yeah, I didn't quite get what
you.
was going on with that though, because it stopped on him. He asked the question, but then everyone was just shouting out. And I was just kind of like, that didn't quite seem right. Surely he has to answer, or his team, or something, you know?
Yeah, like it would be like someone has to put up their hand and they name 5 things, and then the parcel, the present, gets passed to them, and maybe they unwrap the next part, and then it's then there's something another activity in that. I like that idea.
Yeah, the sort of surprise activities and surprise questions is. I mean, that's why Pass the Parcel is a fun party game, isn't it?
Yeah, but where was the English?
Yeah.
I mean, people will say, well, they pointed all this stuff, but the guy said decorated balls.
Yeah.
There was other words that were a bit off, and you could have easily just been like, no, this is what this is, and board it, and then we can all kind of repeat and drill it, and hopefully if you plan well that vocabulary that you've boarded at the end of towards the end of the class, you've got an activity where you use it.
Right, let's finish her off.
Is it a square? Yes. Okay, you did it. Clap your hands.
Eh?
Time
Just
skip.
randomly thrown it. I actually quite like that.
Oh, Kirill, finally. So who will get the main present? It's
What animals pull Santa's sledge? Reindeers.
Don't say reindeers.
Reindeers.
Yes, reindeer. Okay.
She chose that as a thing to correct. Decorated balls, fine. But reindeer, not reindeers.
Papa. Again.
To be fair, you corrected it really poorly as well. Have you ever corrected a student like that? Don't say that. Say this. Don't like it.
And
Maybe that's the last. No, it's not the last.
Oh, это ровно.
Oh, Chewy.
Подождите, оно еще не нравится.
Hey! Опа!
Я бросил, она сказала, когда я бросил.
Maybe that's the last.
Нет,
Let's see how lucky you are.
what is it? Something very Christmassy, I imagine.
А, нет, это я глупая.
Да, я
where's this going?
Elves, you're right. Good boy. Again, Kirill.
У него магнит какой-то.
Maybe that's the last.
Нет, это зла.
Yes? Yes! This is our Santa.
Amazing.
Alright, skip back to the 2. Okay, so yeah, basically what we've just watched is 2 videos of people playing Christmas party games.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
very little to no learning benefit
Yeah.
whatsoever.
And that, like I said before, is fine within and of itself if it's just kind of some filler class or whatever. There's no meaning to it. You do get those in schools, right? When it's just
You do, and they have.
I like to
happened.
take those times if I'm not reviewing to do something outside of the textbooks, to do something I think would really benefit
Right.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we were going to talk a little bit, weren't we, about our kind of things that we do at Christmas. So I'm going to take another opportunity to once again praise the almighty Jamie Kelly.
Okay.
For my go-to Christmas class is one of his, and maybe I've even talked about it before on this show. So it's based on the song California Dreaming. I did, didn't I? I talked about it in the interview with me. Perhaps if you want to learn about that, you just watch the interview with Professor Rich. It's one of the first videos we did on this channel.
Episode number 2, I believe.
Basically, the idea is it has the students visualizing, it has them drawing a winter scene, it has them guessing about what a guy's thinking. You reveal a bit more about the story. There's this guy, he's in a place, he wants to leave. You quote some lines for a song, but they don't know that it's a song yet. You get them sort of talking about that, and finally you do like a kind of a drill and repeat of the whole song, and they still don't know it's a song. I just tell them it's a story, and we go through each line, and they say each line after you. The leaves on the trees are brown, the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. Stopped into a church that was on my way. I can almost remember it because I've done the class so many times. And then you play the song, it sticks in their head, it leaves a real wintry impression with them because the song's wintry. They've been drawing pictures of a winter's day, they've been talking about the winter's day, they've got all these emotional attachments because you're saying the guy wants to leave, he can't leave because he's in love with someone, and all these things. I just think it's a great kind of engaging lesson, and it's got some awesome language points in there. On top of just the winter vocabulary, it's got the second conditional, two brilliant examples of the second conditional in the song. If I didn't tell him I could leave today, I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. So it's got those great examples of the second conditional. It's got the pronunciation from the song, which sticks in their head, so they get that authentic pronunciation of those of that grammar, and then it can lead very well into a whole bunch of second conditional work. Right, now write your own second conditional sentences about Christmas. If you could have any Christmas present you wanted at Christmas, what would it be, or whatever, right?
Yeah,
so
that sounds fantastic, and a really nice, well, if it's based around a song, they have that element of having the song in the class, which they would be expecting because it's Christmas, and everyone knows with Christmas it's songs. The ones that I've heard is similar, but it's more like my favorite classes I've seen with Christmas was it was I don't know what you call them now, a class built story. So one person starts telling the story, and then another person starts telling a story, and before that, previously, you've boarded a whole bunch of vocabulary that you've elicited from the students of what they relate to or know about Christmas, and then they have to choose one of those to integrate into their part of the story, and you make your own Christmas story, and doing stuff like that. That was one of my favorite ones. Also doing conditionals where I've done like letters to Santa. Oh, that was the one that I did in Korea. Was they did a letter from the elf to Santa resigning, and then it was making complaints about
that's cool.
Santa. It was it was really fun because we were just be like, okay, you're this elf and you're in Santa's workshop, and is this a good environment? And we talked about that, and then they were like, then they get up a lot of hard feelings, because it kind of it relates to kind of the situation that you kind of feel like when you're in a classroom, that you're kind of a prisoner there, and the Santa's the teacher and stuff. So they can vent in this letter, and you give them you give them some vocabulary again by eliciting it or putting it on there about what they don't like to make, and what's really difficult and what they want more of, and they can use that within their story.
But presumably you weren't doing that with the 50 student classes. These are smaller classes.
No,
right?
that was when I was in Hagwon in Korea.
Right. So 12 or something, 6 to 12.
Yeah, 6 to 12. That was with I did that with middle schoolers, late elementary, but they were higher level. I think with the younger kids, you've got to do some sort of craft activity. That you kind of spoon feed the vocabulary a little bit more, lots more songs. I mean, you can check out the video that I've done for the Chinese public school. It's not perfect. It's a lot of top heavy with lecture, where I kind of talk about Christmas, but then we kind of go into playing some games and mostly singing songs. Like the songs that people tend to choose, I think is very key as well, because like I mentioned before with Jingle Bells and Ding Ding Dang, that if you're introducing new vocabulary and that their English is not strong, lean into what they already know. So I didn't do so much of a Christmas song where we're like, wish you a Merry Christmas, or where I'm having to teach a lot of new words, but I did a Christmas song like Santa instead of bingo. So instead of a bingo, it's Santa. So it's the same song, it's just mixing it up a little bit, adding a few more words. I like that stuff because I want them to feel confident, and I want them to feel happy that they can easily engage with the language.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah. But you guys out there, you're watching this, what is it that you do on Christmas and the holidays with your students? Leave us some links to videos that you have. Leave us comments in the comment section, explaining what you do. We'd love to hear that, because it is a very difficult balance to have that gamification and that fun that we often associate with the holiday season, while also being cognizant that this is an English class and we want to be teaching some English that's related to the holidays, that's also practical for them, that maybe they can carry on outside of the holiday as well. So when you talk about the second conditional, it's not just that they're going to be using it to talk about what they want for Christmas, but they can use it to talk about what they want in the future, just in general. Whereas if you're teaching ornaments, how often are they going to use that vocabulary? Yeah, are you going to drill and reuse it throughout the year? So I think it's good
Tinsel
to be
chain. Christmas tree bauble.
Yeah.
Come on now, kids. Bauble.
But teacher,
Don't
you
be a
said
bauble.
that bubble is pronounced bauble. Get confused. So yeah, if you have anything, let us know. Write it
And
below.
and have a very, very Merry Christmas, everybody.
And of
a
course,
Happy New Year.
have a meow, have a meow mess. Meow. Sorry, I've got terrible. It's a cat. Have
Did your wife buy you that?
Meow mass.
It's very cool.
Because I am cool.
Your wife bought it for you, didn't she?
We all have one.
Really?
Yeah, why not? It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's all about being fun.
You're right. I'm
and
ashamed for
being
the fact
kooky.
that I haven't got a Christmas jumper to wear. Yeah,
We'll find you one.
Quick plug.
Yeah, so remember, if you want to check out any of my stuff, Neil, Team Teacher, teamteacherchina.com, a whole bunch of Team Teacher YouTube channels, Team Teacher China, Team Teacher Baby, Team Teacher English. Just search for it. You'll just go down the rabbit hole, and it'll be lots of fun to do on Christmas Day while you're digesting all your wonderful food and reach.
So go youtube.com/Professor Rich with top tier language teaching content, but it's for language learners, not language teachers. It's a top tier language teaching channel, actually one of the most popular ones on YouTube. Then we've got Prof Rich Gaming, which is top tier video games journalism with quality content, previews, news and discussion. The perfect way to spend Christmas with all the family is just watching Prof Rich Gaming videos over and over again and clicking like from multiple YouTube accounts. Actually, don't do that because I think that might be a bannable offense. So also, can you please like this video, subscribe, comment down below, share with your mother, and please send me all your money on PayPal.
Perfect. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.